Hey guys, so I wanted to come in with one little bonus live here to leave you with three very important things that I want you to take away from this challenge moving forward into your life, right? So that we can not only be strong for summer, but strong for life. Okay, so number one is every step counts. It is so easy to get caught up in feeling like you need to be perfect for it to count, but I promise you that's a load of bullshit. Like, especially I don't know if you guys have seen, but I just did a reel about it. There's this video going around of this doctor claiming how she never puts bananas in her smoothies anymore because with it discounts the benefits of the blueberries. And it's just like every day you open up social media, there is some new bullshit. There is some new thing that is trying to scare you into thinking that you have to follow them, you have to watch them, you have to do it their way. And I promise you, every banana you eat, every fruit you eat, every rep, every step, every vegetable, every glass of water counts and is benefiting your future self. And the more you can learn to say that of every step counts rather than the other of, that all or nothing mindset, I promise you this will keep you going longer than anything else. So practice. Every step counts. I promise the more you say that, the more you will start to believe it, the easier it's going to get to stick with it and see results. Okay. The next thing is that the most important muscle you need to train if you want to be successful is your brain. Okay, your brain is either your biggest asset or biggest detriment. And unfortunately, most of us have been unconsciously training our brain to work against us. Every time you notice what's not working, how it's not working fast enough, every time you beat yourself up, every time you say something unkind to yourself or tell an old story, you are programming your mind to think that those things are true. The good news is that this means we can program our brain to work for us. And we can actually program our brain to give us more motivation and energy for our goals. Hey, did you know that deer can smell water? Okay, so when a baby deer it wakes up, it's thirsty, and it starts going looking for water, if it starts to smell the water, that is a sign that it is working. And what happens is that the brain will say, okay, it's going to give you more motivation, more energy to go that direction because it's like, hey, this is working. This is what we want. Whereas if the baby deer starts walking and it doesn't smell water, it sends the signal to the brain, hey, this isn't working. So it's not going to keep going in that direction. It's not going to give it the energy and the motivation to move forward. It's going to change direction. And your brain is the exact same thing. Every time you tell yourself, hey, this is working, I am on the right path, your brain goes, oh, we're on the right path. Okay, let's give her more motivation, more energy. But every time you say, oh, it's not working fast enough, I didn't lose any weight, I missed a workout, you're telling your brain that you are not on the right path. And your brain, trying to conserve its energy, is going to take away motivation from that thing. So the more you beat yourself up, the more you notice how it's not working, the more you're like, well, I got one workout in this week, but I didn't get the other one in. You are telling your brain that you are on the wrong path. That's why we feel so unmotivated. But the more you're like, hey, I got one workout in this week. I ate a few healthy meals. I am moving in this direction. I am on the right path. Your brain will literally give you more motivation and energy to get to where you want to go. Okay, your brain is the hardest part of sticking with it because those old stories, like it makes some good points. It sounds true, right? And the worst part is that once you start to take new actions and you start to see a few results, your brain gets scared because the old version of you is starting to die. And that is terrifying to your brain, even if that old version of you is a version of you who you don't want to be anymore, right? The version of you who doesn't prioritize herself, who doesn't exercise, who doesn't have the energy, who doesn't feel confident in her body. We might want that version of us to die, but to your brain, that is scary. And the new version of you, the version of you who is healthy, who is happy, who works out, who loves her body, that version of you is unknown. And to the brain, the unknown is like death. It doesn't know what's going to come, so it is so afraid of it. So that's why once you start working out, eating healthy, eating better, and seeing results, you go back to who you were before because your brain convinces you that change is scary. Your brain lies to you. It tells you you can't do this. It'll never work. You're never going to get there. You don't have the time. And here's the thing. It is unfortunately, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when your brain will start to kick in. Like This is why the first few months of change are so hard, because those first few months, your brain is constantly trying to get you to go back to where is safe. Even if that place is not where you want to be, your brain would rather be safe than be happy. Okay, so there are a few ways you can combat this. One is proactively set your mind every single day. Right? Say affirmations, tell stories of what you want to be true. Okay, number two is to just know that your brain will fight you and be ready. Right? Know that when it says you don't have time, you're not good enough, know that it is lying. Know that it is just trying to convince you to go back to who you were before. Laugh and then replace it with a positive affirmation of who you are becoming. And the last step is to honestly just to have support. Like the biggest thing I help my clients with is just not letting their brain and old programming win. Because when you're in the thick of it, it's easy to let your brain win because that voice in your head, it feels so real, it gets so loud. But when you have an outsider there to remind you, that allows you to be like, oh yeah, this is normal. It's normal for my brain to fight me and to keep going. All right. Now, one last point on the brain is that the results you have now are a reflection of the program your brain is running. And the program you have now came from stories that you repeated over and over and over again until you believe them. Therefore, the more you intentionally choose new stories, the more you intentionally set your mind with what you want to be true and repeat those positive affirmations, eventually those stories will become your default as well. All right. Now, the third thing, the last thing I want to leave you guys with is that this is not supposed to be easy. Doing the thing that changes your whole life is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it. Okay. And here's the cool thing. The more you strength train, the more you teach yourself that you are capable of hard things. Just like the more you do a workout, the easier it feels. Right. But the workout doesn't change. The workout doesn't actually get easier. You get stronger. So it feels easier. So I'm sorry to tell you this, but this journey is not meant to be easy. But I promise you, it will be worth it. And it is easier when you are not doing it alone. Okay, on that, just a quick reminder that I have opened up room in my schedule for a few free coaching calls next week for you guys. They are first come, first serve. So if you want some help figuring out your next steps and fitting a plan into your life so that you can make this the year that you make yourself proud and love the skin you're in, book your call as soon as possible. Okay, you can either comment call below or just click the link up above and find a time that works for you, book your call in, and we will get your plan going so that you can see how good your body's meant to feel. All right, so in conclusion, remember, every step counts. Two, your brain will fight you, but the more you tell yourself your new stories, the more your new stories will become habitual. And three, it's not supposed to be easy. All right, guys, so comment, click the link, book your call, and just know that you deserve to know how good it feels to go all in and feel damn good in your body.